You've got to make the conscious decision to reprogram your mind. It all starts when you start to change your thinking. The fact is, when you think about something long enough, you start to believe it. When you believe in something, you start to act on it. And it's your actions that determine your future. So if you decide to change your thinking, you'll change the trajectory of your future. Just like Tony Robbins says, you are one decision away from a completely different life. What's up, guys? My name is Sarah Fontenot, and I've been able to grow my business from doing $250,000 a year to over $1 million a year in just 6 months. And let me tell you, I had to make the commitment to success way before I ever even tasted a piece of it. I had to hold fast when people would doubt me, and honestly, when I would doubt myself. So if you're stuck in that same kind of space where you feel like, I really want this and I want it bad, but I just don't think that it's possible for me, then watch this video. We're going to jump into motivation, inspiration, and actionable steps you can take today to reprogram your mind and change your life. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe below, like right over here, and hit that bell so you get a notification with each new video. So let's jump right into it. Number 1, you've got to believe in you, what you're after, and where you're going way before it gets here. Funny story. I moved from Canada to Los Angeles to pursue acting in 2009. I was broke, struggling, an actress student. Yes, I am a cliche. And 6 years ago, I fell into entrepreneurship. And at the time, I was calling my parents, asking them to help me pay my rent every month. It was brutal. Literally, I was that girl that would check my mobile banking when I would go out to eat with my friends. I struggled to put gas in my car. I mean, real humiliation is when you go to put $3 on pump 5 and that's literally all that you have. And so when I started with my company, I obviously don't make money right away. My mom was like, baby, get a real job. And I was like, no, Mom, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be successful. Mind you, this is while I'm still asking her to help me pay my rent. Like, what? But I started working my butt off, and consistently over time, I got to a space where I wasn't asking for money anymore. And every so often, I would send my parents $50 here and there and say, you know, you and Dad go for dinner. And my mom would be like, oh, baby, get a part-time job. Now, let's be clear. Our loved ones are trying to keep us safe in who we are. They don't always see us for who we can be. I mean, we've been this long for how many years? But I don't think my mother ever thought I was incapable or inadequate. She wanted me to have conventional security. So don't take the doubt personally. They're actually trying to protect you. It's because they love you. So if your family isn't supporting you, don't let that take you off the path. Be the possibility, which only happens when you believe in you. Number 2, stop operating from your feelings. Your feelings will fail you every single time. Another one of my mentors I've never met is Mel Robbins. And she has this amazing book called The 5-Second Rule, where, without giving it all away, like go grab the book, she goes over the science of why we hesitate, procrastinate, and essentially struggle to get our daily tasks done. And so we get to trick our minds into just doing it. So what you do is you count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And when you do it, you take the thinking part out of it and you take the emotion out of it, because you're not going to feel like making all the calls or feel like having those hard conversations, waking up without snoozing, working out, eating healthy, working on yourself, or really anything that helps you to grow you or your business. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll never get anything done. So get committed to it. Use the 5-second rule. The book is an absolute game changer. If you haven't yet, pick it up. And please comment below if you've read the book and share with us what were some of your takeaways without giving it all away, because people should really get that book. Number 3, put on your earmuffs. Stop listening to what everyone else is saying. Stop letting the opinions of others become your truth. Now, what does that mean? There are 2 types of people: those who believe in what others say they are, and those who believe in themselves. So let's look at those who believe in what others say they are. As an example, let's say there's a person who has someone tell them that they're stupid. And immediately, the internal response and conversation is, "You're right. Dang it, why am I so stupid? I know I'm dumb. I'm never going to be anything or do anything great because I'm just not smart enough." And then the blame comes in, and all the reasons, people, and things that validate why they're so stupid creates a downward spiral. And on the other hand, you have the person who believes in themselves. And when someone comes to them and says, "You're stupid," their internal conversation and response is, "What are you even talking about? Everyone makes mistakes. I may not be perfect, but I'm certainly not stupid. That person's idea of me has nothing to do with me. That must be a them thing, them trying to get me to think like them, and no thank you." You've got to put on your earmuffs. Someone's opinion of you is none of your business. Your opinion of you is the only one that matters. So do your best and remember, what you think about you is what becomes you. And honestly, it's usually the people who are struggling the most in their lives that want to tell you how to live yours. I've found from my experiences, you never really get criticized by someone doing more than you. It's only those who are doing less. So don't let the public perception of failure stop you from achieving your success. If you haven't yet, tune into last week's video for failure motivation. We all have it. We all have doubts. Sometimes being afraid to fail stops us from even trying, but failure is a part of the process. It's a part of success. Number 4, let go of what's been passed down to you. Sometimes we operate in a certain way because that's what we've learned as the truth, but the truth can be very different from your truth. So a funny story that Zig Ziglar had told. He says there was a man that won this prize-winning ham, just a beautiful ham. And I personally don't eat ham at all, but you get the idea. So he brings home this beautiful ham to his wife for her to cook it, and she gets started right away. She cuts a big piece off the end, and the husband is like, "Whoa, why did you do that? Why aren't you cooking the whole ham?" And she's like, "Look, I know how to cook a ham. I do it the same way my mother did it, and she learned from my grandmother. It's lower in sodium, it makes it juicier, it tastes better." And she starts naming all these reasons why it's just better for the ham. And she says, "Call my mom. She'll tell you all about it." So the husband goes and he calls his mother-in-law and he's like, "Mom, I got this prize-winning ham and brought it home for the wife to cook, and she cut a huge piece off of the end. She said that she learned it from you, so why do you do that?" And Mom replied, "Well, I don't know. I learned from my mother. Call Grandma and ask her." So he gets off the phone with Mom and he calls Grandma and he says, "Grandma, hey, it's your favorite grandson. Quick question. I won this beautiful prize-winning ham and I brought it home for the wife to cook, and she cut a huge piece off. And she said she learned it from Mom, and Mom said she learned it from you. So why did you cut off such a big piece of the ham?" And Grandma replied, "Oh, well, back in the 50s, the ovens weren't big enough to fit the whole ham. I had to cut the end of the ham off in order to fit it in the oven." How many of us do that? The things that become us because that's all we know. But just because it's all we know doesn't mean that's all that's available to know. Just because no one in your family went to college doesn't mean you can't. Just because no one has earned $100,000+ per year in your family doesn't mean you can't be the first one. You've got to separate yourself Reprogram your mind. Believe in you. Stop operating from your feelings. Do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, like get the book. Put on your earmuffs and let go of those things passed down to you that don't serve you. Identify those areas where you are stunting your own success. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So go fail fast, fail forward, make adjustments, get disciplined, stop letting opinions stop you, and trust the timing of your life. Now, it's time for you to take some time today, like right now, like today, and start casting down that negative self-talk and speak life into what grows you and makes you better. So here's a challenge. Every time you consciously hear your internal self-talk saying something negative about you, say 2 positive and opposing things each time. It'll feel weird at first, but see if you can do it today. And then see if you can do it for a week and see how your entire week changes. If you liked this video, please let me know by liking it, subscribing, and share it with your fellow friends, family members, ladies, loved ones, anyone that would be impacted by this video. Please comment with helpful below if this video helped you at all. I'm so excited to build business with you guys, to build resilience, mindset, heart set, and just win in life. I love you guys, sending love and light.